Say the sentence out loud. AI can now create viruses from scratch. Feel what happens in your chest. That tightening is not ignorance. It's not paranoia. It's evolutionary memory. The sentence doesn't land like a headline. It lands like a warning carved into stone because hidden inside it are three ideas that terrify the human mind: creation without intent, power without conscience, intelligence without mortality. For the first time in history, the tools of extension are no longer limited by knowledge scarcity. They are limited only by access and restraint. Tonight, we're not asking how this could happen. We're asking something far more unsettling. What does the sentence do to us emotionally? Why does it feel like a civilizational threshold? And what actually stands between humanity and catastrophe if someone decides to burn the world? Stay with me. This is not a petty piece. This is a mirror. The human brain evolved to fear agents, not systems. A lion, a rival tribe, an invading army. But AI can now create viruses from scratch, breaks our threat detection wiring because it introduces something unprecedented. No face, no hunger, no fear of death, no moral intuition. This sentence compresses godlike creation and childlike indifference into one idea. That's why it feels heavier than nuclear weapons. That's why it triggers dread rather than outrage. Fear number one, loss of monopoly on destruction. For most of history, mass destruction requires a state, an army, industrial infrastructure. Now, the fear is not what exists. It's who might access it. The terror is democratization. Fear number two, acceleration without brake pedals. Human institutions move slowly. Technology compounds quickly. Emotionally, this creates a sense of falling behind your own creations, parenting something that outgrows you overnight. That helplessness is primal. Fear number three, the collapse of the adults in the room. Illusion. We tell ourselves someone is in control. Governments, scientists, committees. This sentence whispers, what if no one actually is? Nuclear weapons terrify us, but they are visible. They leave trails, satellites, reactors, enrichment facilities. Biological threats are invisible. AI-enhanced biological threats are intangible. You can't point to a missile silo. You can't watch troop movements. This fear is about plausible deniability at planetary scale, and emotionally, that erodes trust. Trust in borders, trust in attribution, trust in deterrence itself. Deterrence works when actors face retaliation, but what do you retaliate against when the actor is anonymous, the intent is ambiguous, the origin is mathematically obfuscated? This is why the sentence feels apocalyptic. Not because destruction is certain, but because accountability is uncertain. Let's address the uncomfortable thought everyone avoids. What if someone wants to end everything? History tells us something chilling. You do not need many psychopaths. You only need one with leverage. The biggest risk is not cinematic villains. It's misaligned incentives. People don't usually destroy the world out of hatred. They do it out of ego, recognition-seeking, ideological absolutism, or belief they are saving humanity. The danger zone is where power exceeds empathy, speed exceeds oversight, capability exceeds wisdom, and AI compresses all three. Now, let's ground this conversation because humanity is not defenseless. Guardrail number one, access control, not knowledge control. The world learned the wrong lesson from secrecy. You cannot uninvent ideas. You can restrict, compute, infrastructure, specialized resources. The future guardrail is not don't think, it's don't deploy without verification. Guardrail number two, biological reality is slower than code. This matters deeply. self-aware skills instantly. Biology does not. Nature has friction, testing takes time, replication introduces uncertainty. This friction is not weakness. It's a buffer against the instant apocalypse. Guardrail number 3. Surveillance without centralization. Early detection systems already exist. Environmental sampling, global health anomaly detection, pattern-based outbreak modeling. The ethical challenge is balancing privacy, transparency, speed. This is where governments must evolve fast. Guardrail number 4. Cultural immune systems. The strongest protection is not technical, it is norms. Civilizations survive when acts are universally condemned. Whistleblowers are protected. Prestige is tied to preservation, not domination. The real firewall is shared values at scale. Here is the uncomfortable reality. AI did not introduce existential risk. It revealed how close we already were. The sentence scares us because it forces a reckoning. Our systems were fragile. Our safeguards were social, not structural. Our survival depended on restraint, not impossibility. AI doesn't make humans dangerous, it removes excuses. So let's return to the sentence. AI can now create viruses from scratch. It sounds like a daft sentence, but it is actually a responsibility sentence. Every civilization reaches a moment when power outruns myth, tools outgrow tradition, survival becomes a choice, not an accident. This is ours. The future will not be decided by psychopaths. It will be decided by how seriously we take governance, how early we build the guardrails, how loudly we defend life as a shared value. Because extinction is easy, restraint is hard, wisdom is rare. And if humanity survives this era, historians won't say they were powerful, they will say they learned to stop themselves. If this video made you uncomfortable, good. Discomfort is the beginning of vigilance. Subscribe if you want clarity, not comfort, and ask yourself tonight, are we building intelligence or are we building wisdom fast enough to contain it?